controls. While there are generic basic network controls available, such as IP tables, firewalls, and TCP wrappers, network services such as Apache, Samba, and NFS have their own network access controls. We'll examine the basic network access control directives associated with the base configuration file for each of these services. We'll discuss other configuration options for these services in other videos. If you're running Apache, the HTTP server, the main configuration file is httpd.conf in the noted directory. If you want to limit access to a stanza, such as a directory as configured to this file, the allow from and deny from directives can help. The order in which these directives are used are based on a preceding directive, which could be order allow, comma deny, or order deny, comma allow. Let's look at the base example in the Apache configuration file. In this case, this particular directory stanza allows access from users with computers on the 192.168.0.0 network. It could just as well be allow from 192.168.0.0 with the full subnet mask. Deny from directives are also available, and they could specify the domain or the IP address. Next, there are Samba services. They're configured in the etc/samba/smb.conf configuration file. Access to Samba services are limited by hosts allow and hosts deny directives. And Samba configuration limits network access based on IP addresses. Two examples are shown here. In other words, this first directive is the same as the second directive, both limiting access to systems on the 192.168.0.0 network, the Class C network, in other words, with a subnet mask at 255.255.255.0. Now let's look at NFS network access controls. The main configuration file is etc/exports, and as you can see, I have 3 directories configured in this file with what seems like 3 different limitations. But the first 2 are actually the same. They both limit access to systems on the Class C 192.168.0.0 network. In contrast, access to the inst directory is limited to systems on the example.com network. It's important to be real careful with the configuration in the etc exports configuration file. For example, if I accidentally left a space in here, that would allow all systems access, in this case, to the temp directory. These are just basic network access controls to various file sharing services. Note the similarities in how each of these services control network access.